I've lost 5 people to gun violence from the year 2014 to the year 2015.
I would say that I've lost 4 people to gun violence.
It's going downhill. It's not the same no more. All you have is violence on each block, and a lot of harassment, a lot of gun violence.
The first person was Tremaine Scott. That was my brother's best friend, who I looked at as a big brother. He was shot inside of a park. The second person was another one of my brother's best friend. His name was MacArthur Swindle, but everybody else knew him as OTF Nunu or Newski because he was a famous rapper. And he was shot going into the parking lot on 87th and Cottage Grove, going into the stores to DTLR. He was in a car, somebody ran up and opened fire on him. The third person that I've known to get killed due to gun violence was somebody else. His name was Roddy Comer, and he was shot on, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 87th and Carpenter, somewhere in that area. And it was him and somebody else, and they both were shot and killed. The fourth person was my cousin. This was my first cousin, and his name was Anthony Durant.
I lost my friend Heidi Pendleton. We had been friends since I met her like that 8th grade summer, and we started getting close freshman year. Second person was my friend, we called him Buddha, but his real name was Terrell. He got shot on 39th, and I've known him since he was like in 5th or 6th grade with my little sister. And we were really close to him and his family because my grandmother knew his grandmother. Third person was my brother. He got shot outside of our house, well, our old house. We were really close. We were like, that was my favorite brother out of all of them. That was my favorite brother. The fourth person was my cousin. She was pregnant when she got shot.
It was my brother's best friend, but because we all grew up in the same neighborhood, all my brother's best friends looked at me as a little sister, and to them, those were my big brothers. And his loss, like, it kind of just took me, it kind of like threw me off.
When I was young, you very seldom had gun violence. You had more of hands-on-hands fighting from rival gangs, but now all you hear is gun violence, everybody shooting everyone.
Gun violence, I guess, especially gun violence of teens against other teens was probably pretty much unheard of. It was something that we just never heard of. You know, people got into fights, you know, people get to disputes, pushing and shoving, you know, my brother's gonna beat up your brother, that kind of thing, but I don't think that anyone was ever concerned that someone was going to show up with a gun and shoot them because you got into a fight at school.
Now to hear someone got shot, my first action is, did they make it? Because now it's just so common to hear someone have got shot that it's a normal thing now.
Yes, I have learned things in this program. I have learned that even though something constantly happens, to never feel like it's normal.
Third person was my friend Heidi Pendleton. We had got close. So the day of her death, they were all going out to the park on 46, 47, over around there. And so I was gonna go, and I asked my mom, could I go? But she said no. She had said I had to go and do something. I don't remember what it was, but I know I didn't want to do it. And then my boyfriend, He was like, okay, just go home, you know, just go home. So I'm like, okay. Got home, like 2-3 hours passed, and my friend called me and she was panicking. She was like, okay, she was like, Hadia been shot, Hadia been shot. I'm like, hold on, stop, pause, everybody, hold cameras. Who? She was like, Hadia been shot. So I'm like, okay, no. So I got on Twitter, I see everybody like, oh, pray for Hadia been shot, all of this. So I'm over there, I'm just trying to get information like, okay, what hospital is she at? So I'm trying to go to the hospital, but my mom said, okay, no, we're just gonna sit here, we're gonna pray. We sat on that couch for like 4 hours praying. And I got another call from the same person, and she was like, she dead.
Put the Guns Down, Girls Speak Up is the name of the program. And this program means a lot to me because when you think about gun violence, you only think about the males. You don't think about the females and how females feel throughout the loss of losing someone to gun violence.
Counseling sessions were redundant, boring, and irritating, in my opinion. I feel like the prayer circles worked better. Like a group of Hadia's friends, we all got in front of her locker and shared memories. We shared some memories when I tell you. But that did something to us that made us feel better.
For me, I go to school, I go home. Every once in a while, I go out, spend time with my friends. And like, I'm just like, I do things that a typical teenager do. I listen to music and I help my mom clean up. I just do typical things. I'm not a person that's always out in the streets, want to run the streets. That's not me. I like to be at home all the time. I mean, some days I complain I'm bored, but I'd rather be at home knowing I'm safe than being out in the streets. And I just feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So why is it that people are constantly taken away from me? And it just makes me like, what more can I do? They say pray, you pray. Every time I'm praying, I'm looking up and I'm steady seeing somebody close to me dying or getting shot.
Tell your child, be careful who you associate with. Because guilty by association will get you in trouble every time. You might not be in the gang, but if you hang around these gangs and they come for this person you're hanging with, you're going to more likely be the one to get shot and killed, not the one they come to get.
Everybody say God has a plan and he know what he's doing. He wouldn't put more on you than what you can handle. But some days it makes me feel like, what's God planning? Why is he doing this to me and my family and my friends?
The ones that got shot and killed come in my time, that's what you expect, that's the kind of life they lived. Now you walk into the store, you can't come out of the store, your mom get a phone call, you shot and dead, you shot and killed in the middle of the street. That was unheard of in my time.
I know what gun violence is. I feel like I know what it is a little too well. It's too many people that's gotten shot or that's gotten shot and killed that I know.
So would you say that now you look at gun violence as common?
Yes, I feel like it's really common. Some days I go about my day like wondering who's next. Hoping that it's not nobody I know. Hoping that it's not nobody close to me. Hoping that it's not one of my siblings.
What I would like to accomplish with Put the Guns Down, Girls Speak Up is, yeah, the girls have a voice, that the teens have a voice in this. Like, mostly when you think of gun violence, you think about some teens, but they have to learn it from somewhere, so just speaking up.